Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen and enjoy my stories every day. The golden sun hangs lazily over the horizon, casting a warm, orange hue across the beach. Waves roll in with a soothing rhythm, the perfect soundtrack to another busy day at Silver Sands Resort. As I mix cocktails at the beachside bar, the hum of laughter and chatter fills the air. Guests mill around, soaking up the sun and reveling in their vacation. "Hey, Sam, another piña colada, please." A regular, Mr. Thompson, calls out with a grin, already showing the signs of a well-enjoyed holiday. "You got it, Mr. T," I reply, flashing him a smile. The blender whirs to life as I add the ingredients, my hands moving with practiced ease. I take pride in my work, crafting each drink to perfection. It's a good job, and I get to meet all sorts of interesting people. Plus, I get to keep an eye on Emily. My wife, Emily, is the head medic here at the resort. Her station is just a short walk from the bar, nestled behind a row of palm trees. I catch glimpses of her now and then, her auburn hair catching the sunlight as she attends to sunburns, jellyfish stings, and the occasional twisted ankle. She's a natural caretaker, always has been. It's one of the things that drew me to her. "Sam, can you pass me a straw?" Emily's voice cuts through my thoughts. She's standing at the edge of the bar, a slight frown creasing her brow. "Sure thing," I say, handing her a straw. "Everything all right?" "Yeah, just a busy day," she sighs, running a hand through her hair. "Some guy came in with a supposed sprained wrist, but I think he just wanted an excuse to flirt." I chuckle. "Comes with the territory, I guess. Want me to have a word with him?" She smiles, a bit tired but genuine. "No, it's fine. Just another day at the beach, right?" "Right," I nod, watching her walk back to her station. As the day wears on, the crowd at the bar thins out, and I finally get a moment to breathe. I wipe down the counter and take a sip of water, letting the cool liquid refresh me. My gaze drifts over to Emily's station again, and I notice she's not there. I frown, a niggling feeling of unease settling in my stomach. It's not unusual for her to step away for a bit, but something feels off today. I decide to check on her, just in case. Leaving the bar in the capable hands of my assistant, I make my way through the palm trees toward the medic station. As I get closer, I hear laughter, a man's and Emily's. My steps falter, and I move quietly, my curiosity piqued. Peering around a tree, I see them. Emily is sitting on a lounge chair, her legs draped over the side, almost naked except for a tiny bikini. The man, one of the guests, is sitting far too close, his hand resting on her thigh. They're laughing about something, the kind of laughter that comes from shared secrets and intimate moments. My heart pounds in my chest, a mix of anger and betrayal flooding through me. I step back, my mind racing. Emily, my wife, is cheating on me with a guest. The realization hits me like a wave, knocking the breath out of me. I stand there for a moment, battling with the urge to storm in and confront them. But then another thought crosses my mind, a darker, more calculated thought. If she's going to betray me, then she deserves to feel the same pain. I turn and walk back to the bar, my mind already working on a plan. By the time I reach the bar, I've made up my mind. I'll start small, just enough to unsettle her, to make her question everything. I'll bide my time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. I'll ruin her life the way she's ruining mine. The rest of the day passes in a blur. I go through the motions, serving drinks and chatting with guests, all the while my mind is plotting my revenge. By evening, the bar is bustling again, and I spot Emily returning to her station. She catches my eye and gives me a wave, but I don't wave back. She frowns, confused, but doesn't come over. Later that night, as we're closing up, she finally approaches me. "Sam, is everything okay? You seemed distant today." I force a smile, playing my part. "Yeah, just tired, I guess. It's been a long day." She looks relieved, but I can see the doubt in her eyes. Good. Let her wonder. Let her worry. This is just the beginning. As we walk home together, I keep the conversation light, pretending everything is normal. Inside, though, I'm seething. I replay the scene at the medic station over and over in my mind, fueling my resolve. This is just the beginning, I tell myself. By the end of this, she'll wish she'd never crossed me. When we reach our small bungalow near the beach, Emily heads to the shower, and I take a moment to breathe. The sound of the water running is a soothing background noise as I sit on the edge of our bed, my mind spinning with plans. I'll start by planting seeds of doubt, small things to make her question herself and everyone around her. From there, I'll escalate, making her life a living hell. The sound of the shower stops, and a few minutes later, Emily emerges, wrapped in a towel, her hair damp. She gives me a small smile, and for a moment, I almost falter. But then I remember the way she looked at that man, the way she laughed with him. The anger surges back, stronger than ever. "Sam, are you sure you're okay?" she asks, sitting next to me on the bed. "I'm fine," I say, my voice steady. "Just tired." She nods, seemingly satisfied, and leans in to kiss me. I kiss her back, but my mind is elsewhere, already plotting the next move in my plan. This is just the beginning, I remind myself. By the time I'm done, she'll regret ever betraying me. As we lie down to sleep, I stare at the ceiling, my mind racing. This is just the beginning of the end for Emily. She has no idea what's coming, but she'll find out soon enough. I'll make sure of it. The next morning, the sun rises, painting the sky with streaks of pink and gold. The air is still cool, a stark contrast to the scorching heat that will follow. I slip out of bed quietly, not wanting to wake Emily. She stirs slightly but doesn't wake up. Good. It gives me a head start. I head to the bar early, deciding to prepare it for the day before anyone else arrives. As I set up, my mind keeps replaying yesterday's events. The betrayal still stings, but today is the day I start my plan. The first seeds of doubt. "Morning, Sam," a voice calls out, interrupting my thoughts. It's Jake, my assistant bartender, a college kid working here for the summer. He's a good kid, eager to learn and always ready to help. "Morning, Jake," I reply, forcing a smile. "Ready for another busy day?" "Always," he grins, heading to the storeroom to grab supplies. As I finish setting up, the first guests begin to trickle in, looking for their morning coffee or a mimosa to kick off their day. I spot Mr. Thompson again, already up and about, and wave him over. "Hey, Mr. T, how's the vacation treating you?" I ask, mixing his usual. "Couldn't be better, Sam," he says with a broad smile. "You know, I've been thinking about organizing a beach volleyball game later. You in?" "Sounds fun," I say, handing him his drink. "Count me in." Just as the morning rush begins, Emily walks over, looking refreshed and ready for the day. I feel a pang of resentment but push it down. Now is not the time to act on it. "Morning, Sam," she says, leaning in for a quick kiss. I turn slightly, letting her kiss land on my cheek instead of my lips. She pulls back, a look of confusion flashing across her face. "Morning, Emily," I say, my tone neutral. "Busy day ahead?" "Yeah, a few appointments already scheduled," she replies, clearly puzzled by my coldness. "Are you sure everything is all right?" "Just a bit tired," I say, avoiding her gaze. "I'll be fine." She nods slowly, worry etched on her face, and heads to her station. I watch her go, the first seed planted. Let her wonder what's wrong, let her feel the uncertainty. As the day progresses, I focus on my work, but I can't help but keep an eye on Emily. I see her interacting with guests, her warm smile never faltering. I spot the man from yesterday, the one she was with, hanging around her station again. My blood boils, but I force myself to stay calm. This is part of the plan. Later in the day, during a lull at the bar, I approach Jake. "Hey, Jake, can I ask you something?" "Sure, what's up?" he says, wiping down the counter. "You know that guy who's been hanging around the medic station? The one with the dark hair?" I ask, keeping my tone casual. "Yeah, I've seen him." "Why?" Jake looks curious. "I don't know, just seems like he's always there." "Maybe keep an eye out, make sure he's not causing trouble," I say, planting the second seed. Jake nods, his expression serious. "Got it, Sam. I'll keep an eye on him." As the afternoon wears on, I notice Jake glancing over at the medic station more often, his brows furrowed in suspicion. It's working. Emily comes over during her break, looking tense. "Sam, we need to talk," she says, her voice low. "Sure, what's up?" I reply, keeping my expression neutral. "Is something going on?" "You've been distant, and now Jake is acting strange too," she says, her eyes searching mine. "Jake? Really?" "I hadn't noticed," I say, feigning ignorance. "Maybe he's just tired. It's been a busy week." She looks unconvinced but doesn't push further. "All right. Just, let me know if something's bothering you, okay?" "Of course," I say, giving her a small smile. "Don't worry about it." She walks away, still looking troubled. Good. Let her worry. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the beach, the crowd at the bar thins out. Mr. Thompson's beach volleyball game is in full swing, and I take the opportunity to join in, needing a distraction from my thoughts. The game is lively, filled with laughter and friendly banter. For a while, I manage to push my resentment aside, focusing on the game. Emily joins us, her laughter ringing out as she dives for the ball, her earlier tension seemingly forgotten. But my plan is far from over. As the night falls and the guests begin to head back to their rooms, I approach Jake again. "Hey, Jake, thanks for keeping an eye on that guy," I say, clapping him on the shoulder. "I think he's up to something." Jake frowns. "Yeah, he's been hanging around a lot. I'll keep watching him." "Thanks, Jake." "I appreciate it," I say, giving him a grateful smile. As I walk back to the bar, I spot the man again, lingering near the medic station. I make a mental note to find out more about him. If he's the one Emily is cheating with, I need to know everything. Later, as we close up for the night, Emily approaches me again, her expression worried. "Sam, are you sure everything is okay?" "I'm fine, Emily," I say, a bit more forcefully than I intended. "Just tired." She looks hurt but nods. "All right. Let's go home." We walk back to our bungalow in silence, the tension between us palpable. As we settle into bed, Emily reaches out to touch my arm. "Sam, whatever it is, we can work through it together." I pull away slightly. "I know, Emily. I just need some time." She nods, tears glistening in her eyes. "Okay. Just, please talk to me when you're ready." I don't respond, turning away from her. As she silently cries beside me, I feel a pang of guilt but quickly squash it. She brought this on herself. By the time I'm done, she'll regret ever betraying me. As I lie there, staring at the ceiling, I think about the next steps. I need to dig deeper, find out who this guy is and what he means to Emily. And then, I'll use that information to tear her world apart. This is just the beginning, I remind myself. The beginning of her end. Tomorrow, I'll start gathering information. And soon, very soon, she'll feel the full weight of her betrayal. The seeds of doubt are already taking root, and I'll make sure they grow into something that will destroy her. The morning sun pierces through the curtains, casting a harsh light over the bedroom. I rise quietly, careful not to wake Emily, who is still sleeping fitfully. Her tear-stained cheeks tug at my conscience, but I push the guilt aside. Today, the real work begins. I dress quickly and head to the beach, my mind already buzzing with plans. The resort is quiet in the early hours, the only sounds the distant waves and the chirping of birds. As I approach the bar, I see Jake already there, setting up for the day. "Morning, Jake," I call out, my voice light. "Morning, Sam," he replies, giving me a nod. "You all right? You seemed a bit off yesterday." "Yeah, just a lot on my mind," I say, glancing around to make sure no one else is within earshot. "Listen, I need a favor." "Sure, anything," Jake says, his brow furrowing. "That guy who's been hanging around Emily's station, the one we talked about yesterday. I need to know more about him," I say, keeping my voice low. "Can you ask around, see what you can find out?" Jake looks surprised but nods. "Yeah, I can do that." "What's going on, Sam?" "Just a hunch," I say, giving him a tight smile. "I'll explain later." As the day progresses, I keep an eye on Emily and the man. He's there again, lingering around her station, chatting her up whenever he gets the chance. My blood boils every time I see them together, but I force myself to stay calm. This is all part of the plan. Around midday, Jake pulls me aside. "I found out his name is Alex. He's been here for a week and extended his stay twice already. Seems like he's got a thing for Emily." "Thanks, Jake," I say, clapping him on the shoulder. "I owe you one." "No problem, Sam. Just let me know if you need anything else," he says, giving me a concerned look. As the afternoon wears on, I bide my time, waiting for the right moment. Eventually, Emily takes her lunch break, heading to a secluded spot near the bar. Alex follows her, and I seize the opportunity. I slip away from the bar, making my way through the palm trees to where they're sitting. I move quietly, staying out of sight but close enough to hear their conversation. "So, how's your day been?" Alex asks, his tone casual but flirtatious. "Busy, as usual," Emily replies with a laugh. "But it's nice to take a break." "Yeah, I bet," Alex says, moving closer to her. "You know, I've really enjoyed spending time with you this past week." Emily blushes, looking down. "It's been nice," she admits. "But I'm married, Alex." "I know," he says softly. "But can't we just enjoy the moment?" I clench my fists, anger surging through me. This is worse than I thought. But I stay hidden, wanting to hear more. "Alex, I can't," Emily says, her voice trembling. "I love my husband. This, whatever this is, it can't happen." "Emily, look at me," Alex says, his voice tender. "I know you're unhappy. I can see it. Just give us a chance." She looks at him, tears welling up in her eyes. "I can't," she whispers. "Please, just go." Alex sighs, standing up. "All right. But if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me." He walks away, leaving Emily sitting there, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs. I watch her for a moment, torn between anger and a strange sense of satisfaction. She's resisting, but the cracks are there. It's only a matter of time. As the day winds down, I return to the bar, my mind racing. I need to escalate things, push her further to the edge. And I know just how to do it. That evening, as we close up the bar, I approach Jake again. "Hey, Jake, I need another favor." "Anything, Sam," he says, looking at me with concern. "I need you to spread a rumor," I say, my voice low. "Tell people you heard Alex bragging about hooking up with Emily. Make it sound convincing." Jake's eyes widen. "Are you sure, Sam? That could cause a lot of trouble." "I'm sure," I say, my voice hard. "Trust me, it's necessary." Jake nods slowly. All right. I'll do it. Thanks, Jake. I owe you one, I say, clapping him on the shoulder. As I head home with Emily, I notice she's unusually quiet. I decide to press her, planting another seed of doubt. You seem distracted, I say casually as we walk along the beach. She looks up at me, her eyes red from crying. Just a lot on my mind. Anything you want to talk about? I ask, keeping my tone gentle. She hesitates, then shakes her head. No, it's nothing. Okay, I say, but I can see the turmoil in her eyes. Good. Let her feel the weight of her actions. The next morning, the rumor Jake started has already spread like wildfire. I hear whispers among the staff, and guests giving Emily curious looks. By midday, the tension is palpable. Emily confronts me during her lunch break, her eyes filled with desperation. Sam, have you heard what people are saying? What do you mean? I ask, feigning ignorance. People are saying that Alex and I, that we're having an affair, she says, her voice breaking. I put on a look of shock. What? That's ridiculous. I know, but it's everywhere, she says, tears streaming down her face. I swear, Sam, it's not true. You have to believe me. I place a comforting hand on her shoulder, feeling a twinge of guilt. Of course, I believe you. We'll get through this together. She nods, but I can see the doubt and fear in her eyes. The seeds I've planted are growing, and soon they'll consume her. As the day progresses, the rumor continues to spread. I watch as Emily's confidence crumbles, her interactions with guests and staff becoming more strained. Alex tries to approach her, but she pushes him away, her fear of the rumor's repercussions outweighing her attraction to him. That evening, as we walk home, Emily is silent, her shoulders slumped in defeat. I decide to push her further, breaking the last of her defenses. Emily, is there something you're not telling me? I ask softly, my voice laced with concern. She looks up at me, her eyes filled with pain. No, Sam, I swear. I would never cheat on you. I want to believe you, Emily, but these rumors, they're hard to ignore, I say, my voice wavering. Please, Sam, you have to trust me, she begs, tears streaming down her face. I love you. I take a deep breath, feigning indecision. All right, Emily. I trust you. But we need to put an end to these rumors. She nods, relief flooding her face. Thank you, Sam. I'll do whatever it takes. As we reach our bungalow, I know that the final steps of my plan are in motion. The seeds of doubt have taken root, and now it's time to make them bloom. Emily's life will crumble around her, and she'll have no one to blame but herself. Tomorrow, I'll confront Alex, making sure he knows the consequences of his actions. And as Emily's world falls apart, I'll be there, watching, ensuring she feels the full weight of her betrayal. This is just the beginning. The end is coming, and it will be devastating. The next morning dawns cloudy, the sky a grim mirror to the turmoil brewing within the resort. I rise early, driven by the final steps of my plan. Emily sleeps fitfully beside me, her face drawn and weary. The rumors have taken their toll, and today, they'll reach their crescendo. I dress quickly, slipping out of the bungalow and heading to the bar. Jake is already there, setting up with a somber expression. Morning, Jake, I say, my voice steady. Morning, Sam, he replies, looking up. Things are getting pretty intense around here. Yeah, they are, I agree. Listen, I need you to cover for me this morning. I've got something to take care of. Jake nods, concern in his eyes. Sure thing, Sam. You okay? I'm fine, I say, forcing a smile. Just need to handle a few things. Leaving Jake to manage the bar, I head towards the medic station. I see Alex lingering nearby, as usual. My fists clench, but I force myself to stay calm. Today, I'll end this. Alex, I call out, walking up to him. He turns, surprise flashing across his face. Sam, hey. What's up? We need to talk, I say, my tone leaving no room for argument. He nods, following me to a quieter spot behind the palm trees. Once we're out of earshot, I turn to face him, anger boiling just beneath the surface. Listen, I know what's been going on between you and Emily, I say, my voice low and dangerous. Alex pales, his eyes widening. Sam, I swear, nothing happened. We just talked. Save it, I snap. You've been a problem since you got here. It's time for you to leave. Leave? But I. Leave, I repeat, stepping closer, my voice menacing. Today. Before things get worse. He swallows hard, nodding. Okay, I'll go. I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Too late for that, I say, turning away. Pack your things and get out. As I walk back to the bar, I feel a twisted sense of satisfaction. Alex is out of the picture, and now it's time for the final act. I spot Emily approaching, her eyes red from crying. She looks broken, and for a moment, a pang of guilt hits me. But I push it aside. This is what she deserves. Sam, can we talk? She asks, her voice trembling. Sure, I say, leading her to a quiet spot near the bar. Sam, I need to tell you something, she says, her voice barely above a whisper. I've been thinking a lot, Anne. I know things have been difficult. But I love you, and I want to make this work. Emily, I need to know the truth, I say, my voice hard. Did anything happen with Alex? She shakes her head vigorously, tears streaming down her face. No, Sam, I swear. We talked, and he tried to flirt, but I told him I love you. That's it. I look into her eyes, searching for any sign of deceit. All I see is pain and desperation. For a moment, I almost believe her. But the seeds of doubt I've planted run too deep. Okay, I say finally, my voice softening. I believe you. But we need to clear these rumors. She nods, relief flooding her face. Yes, absolutely. I'll talk to everyone, tell them the truth. As she walks away, I feel a strange emptiness settle in my chest. This isn't as satisfying as I thought it would be. But there's no turning back now. The rest of the day passes in a blur, the tension in the air thick and suffocating. Guests whisper behind Emily's back, their eyes filled with curiosity and judgment. I watch her struggle, a mix of guilt and satisfaction churning within me. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the beach, I know it's time for the final confrontation. I find Emily sitting alone by the shore, staring out at the waves. I approach her, my heart pounding. Emily, I say, my voice soft. We need to talk. She looks up at me, her eyes filled with a mixture of hope and fear. Sam, please. I've told everyone the truth. I love you. Can't we just move past this? I know you've tried, Emily, I say, sitting down beside her. But there's something I need to confess. Her eyes widen, and she looks at me, fear flickering across her face. What do you mean? I take a deep breath, the words heavy on my tongue. I'm the one who started the rumors. She gasps, her hand flying to her mouth. What? Why would you do that? Because I saw you with Alex, I say, my voice breaking. I saw you laughing with him, touching him. I thought you were cheating on me. Sam, no, she whispers, tears streaming down her face. It wasn't like that. He was just a friend. I told him I love you. I know that now, I say, my voice choked with emotion. But I let my jealousy consume me. I wanted to punish you, to make you feel the pain I felt. She looks at me, her eyes filled with a mixture of hurt and disbelief. You did all this, to punish me? Yes, I admit, my voice shaking. And I'm so sorry, Emily. I see now how wrong I was. I've ruined everything. She turns away, staring out at the ocean. You've destroyed us, Sam. How could you? I don't know, I say, my voice raw with regret. I was blinded by my own pain. But I love you, Emily. Can we fix this? She stands up, wiping her tears. I don't know, Sam. You've hurt me so deeply. I need time to think. As she walks away, I feel a crushing sense of loss. The realization of what I've done hits me like a tidal wave. I've ruined the one thing that mattered most to me. The next few days are a blur of regret and self-recrimination. Emily keeps her distance, and I throw myself into my work, trying to drown out the pain. The rumors eventually die down, but the damage is done. One evening, as I'm closing up the bar, Emily approaches me. She looks tired but resolute. Sam, I've made a decision, she says, her voice steady. I brace myself, fearing the worst. What is it? I'm leaving, she says, her eyes filled with sorrow. I need time to heal, to figure out if we can ever rebuild what you destroyed. My heart shatters, but I nod, knowing I have no right to ask her to stay. I understand. I'm so sorry, Emily. I love you. I love you too, Sam, she says, her voice breaking. But love isn't enough. Not anymore. As she walks away, I feel a profound sense of loss. The beach, once our paradise, now feels like a desolate wasteland. I watch her go, knowing that I've lost her, possibly forever. The surprise ending of my own making leaves me with nothing but the bitter taste of regret. I set out to ruin her life, but in the end, I ruined my own. And as the sun sets over Silver Sands Resort, I'm left to ponder the cost of my jealousy and the emptiness of my victory.